What up, guys? So I'll be talking about inducement, which is you could also call liquidity. So for most of you guys who are already trading, you know you can't really enter a trade without liquidity. So there are several kinds of liquidity which I'm not talking about today. I'm only focusing on one, which is a POI that doesn't have a liquidity, that doesn't have a visible liquidity. So now, first of all, what's a POI? So it varies on what kind of trader you are. Most people, for them, a POI, which stands for point of interest, for most traders, POI could be breaker blocks, it could be order block, it could be a violation range. So it varies on what kind of trader you are. Okay, that's just what I mean by POI. So now let's keep that. For example, let me just show you this. Okay, now this one I'm using today, this is an order block that takes out liquidity. Okay, this right here, this is an order block, and what's the liquidity it took? This little wick right here. Okay, now mind you, you have to be aware of your bias, which is the trend. If you look at this trade now on 5 minutes time frame, this is 5 minutes time frame. If you look at this chart, you can clearly see how the market has been moving, mitigated from here. This fair value gap right here got mitigated here by this, and broke this structure from here. Also kept a fair value gap here. The market came back with this order block, filled this fair value gap, and took out this liquidity. So you can see how the storyline works. So now this is an order block. So now, which is my POI? This is my POI right now. So I want to trade this POI. How do I do it? First of all, I need liquidity. Without liquidity, you can't trade. You can't enter a trade without liquidity. So let me remove this here so we can see clearly. So now, this order block right here took out liquidity. We can clearly see that right here, which I already marked. And now it broke structure, which confirms it. Mind you, we all know, okay, for those who are already trading, we all know an order block can't be proper order block without breaking structure. So this already broke structure right here. Okay, so now we can't enter this trade without a proper liquidity. Usually most liquidity comes like this, sweeps liquidity, breaks structure, drops an inducement, breaks structure, before coming back to pick the liquidity, then TP straight. You understand? So this, on a normal scenario, this is usually a proper liquidity, break of structure from the liquidity, break of structure from previous trend, a sweep that confirms the order block. So this is the order block right here. The last candle that sweeps liquidity is the order block. Okay, so now this is the normal scenario. okay, just a regular normal scenario. But what happens when you have something like this? What happens when you have something like this? In a rangy market, sweeps liquidity, breaks structure, and no liquidity movement. It just starts ranging. In this kind of market, you can't just set your limit order blindly and wait for the market to come here before buying. That is risk. Yes, you can do it sometimes and it will work, but I'm telling you, it is risk. It is very risky. It is really, really very risky. So in scenarios like this, what you do is to investigate that price movement, that range coming down like this, without breaking structure. Investigate that movement whenever it gets close to your POI, which is here. This is the POI, right? I told you POI could be anything, could be breaker block, could be order block. Okay, so this is our POI that we are using, right? It swept liquidity and broke structure, right? So it's another block. So now, once your ranging market like this comes close to your POI, what you do is investigate. So at times, what it usually does is it will first of all sweep, it will break structure, just to cause a trap. Okay, because that's the whole logic behind liquidity. This is market trying to trap retailers, trapping retailers to swap money, to transfer money to the banks or the higher ups. So now whenever it breaks structure like this, most retailers and most traders who don't understand this concept will think the market is already buying and they're just rushing, setting their stop loss somewhere around here. Okay, so now what happens in scenario like this is it will sweep every buyer here after creating a fake break of structure, sweep them, gets to this POI, then boom, before buying. This is exactly what happened. This is a T. Okay, I'm just spilling a free tea right here on this channel. I think I posted this noon around 1 p.m. I think I posted a trade that had this same setup on gold. We are currently analyzing BTC right now, which I also took the trade, but I also posted this kind of setup on gold this afternoon on my Telegram channel. So yeah, you could check it out and see for yourself. So you could see how these things happen. This is what I'm talking about. Let's go down to 3 minutes. So you can see on 3 minutes, this is our POI, right? Our order block that took out liquidity and broke structure. You could see. So now we don't have an inducement, we just have these ranging markets here. Kept ranging without breaking structure yet, until it got here. It broke this structure here, started ranging again, then fooled everyone, played all the retails here, swept everyone here, bought from the POI, then it started moving. Boom. Simple. But if you don't know this before, you would probably be also a trap. Okay, so always have it at the back of your mind whenever trading that liquidity, have it in mind that liquidity is a trap. So whenever you see manipulation, a trap, then just know the higher ups are there already and there's definitely money transfer happening. Okay, so see you guys on the next one. I think I'll probably be dropping videos like this on my channels. I'm really kind of busy for now, but I will do my best. So take care.